Welcome, friend. Welcome back to the learning following part 6. Okay, so just repeating what we have done in the last five part. Part 1 we have seen the economics, macro and micro. Part 2 we have seen supply, demand, and market equilibrium. When demand and supply matches together, it comes to the market equilibrium. Then we have seen elasticity. Elasticity means is goes and down and coming back to the normal stage. Taxes and subsidies, how it affects our daily life. Then we have seen inflation and interest rate. Inflation and interest rate is the biggest driver of the economics. Then the GDP. GDP is what is basically what the country as a whole for producing products, services, everything, agriculture, whatever comes produced together is called the GDP. Then we have seen the money supply, how the money supply government is managing. Then we have seen the banking is a part of the daily life. Then we have seen the international trade, how international trade affect the geopolitics and supply chain. We have the problem at the moment with the China. So China, most the G7 Europe is looking for China plus one. But China has become arrogant and is causing so much disruption in the world. Plus they are dumping all over the world. Dumping is a part of the problem in the G7 Europe economy because China want to destroy the G7 Europe economy. So there is a problem there. Now the part 6 today is coming is inflation versus deflation. How inflation affect our life, deflation affect our life, fiscal and monetary policy. Then we are looking at savings and investments. So this is what we're going to learn. So welcome back. So we explore concept that sounds serious but are actually part of everyday life. Inflation, deflation, fiscal policy, monetary policy, savings and investment, all with a touch of humor. Inflation is when price rises over time. Imagine your favorite chocolate cost one pound today, but next 12 months it costs £2. So your money buys less chocolates. That's inflation. That's inflation sneaking into your wallet. Deflation is the opposite. Price falls suddenly. The chocolate cost 50 pence, and yes, we can buy more. So deflation is good for you, for us. The chocolate cost 50p. It's fun, right? But it prices fall too much, businesses earn less, and many may struggle. So balance is a key. Then the fiscal policy is the government's way of using money to guide the economy. The parent giving pocket money to encourage play or savings. When the government spend more on roads, schools, and hospitals, it is stimulating growth. Monetary policy is controlled by the central bank. In the UK, it's called the Bank of England. In India, it's called the Reserve Bank of India. Deciding interest rates and money supply. High interest rates discourage borrowing. So when interest goes up, people don't buy, they discourage. When the interest goes down, we encourage, we have more savings in our wallet, so we can buy a little bit more. So deciding interest rates and monetary supply, high interest rate discourage borrowing, low interest encourage spending. Fiscal is like a government's big wallet, fiscal policy. Monetary is like the economy's steering wheel. Now we are talking about savings and investment. Savings is important. Savings versus investment is another fun dance. Savings is keeping same money aside for later. So in UK or G7 and Europe, it's called the rainy days. You can save something. So when you come in difficulties, you can use that money in a daily life. Saving is keeping some money aside for later, like putting candies in a jar for tomorrow. Investment is using money to make more money. So it's a cycle. The planting a mango seed to grow to tree that gives hundreds of mangoes. Both are important. Savings provide safety, investment create wealth. wealth and growth. The humor part of the everyday life is the concept watching chocolate prices rise, borrowing for a scooter, or planting seed, all economics. So whatever we do, we never, this subject needs to be taught at the age of 7, okay? When child is growing, so when the family is sitting on a discussion, the husband and wife having tea, coffee, or they having the dinner. This is the my mom never discussed. My mom so far she didn't have much education, same as my father. My father was only 10th pass. My mom was only 4th standard pass. So they never had a. And my dad is living in a other part of India, and mom is managing 3 kids. So there was always a. We never had a chance to sit down together. But this is Indian family, and all the worldwide G7 Europe need to bring on a table that they start discussing at least 30 minutes, 15-20 minutes. When you have in dinner has to be 1 hour. This is what I believe, because on the dinner table you can discuss what's been going on in a media, TV, and now the social media is a part of the daily life. So keep learning. And now the lessons of the economics. Just want to finish. Economics is everywhere from candy to cars. Laugh, observes, and learning. Inflation, deflation, policies, and investment are just the playful stories. So stories. So when the media and the BBC and the all Indian media or the world media is when they create the story, they try to find something from the story. The economics, all economics is told in a story on a social media in most of the places. So we need to learn how to find the economics in a daily life. Buying milk, buying whenever we go to market is economics. When we try to look for options, what is when we comparing the price, this is comparative economics is going to come later. But when we compare the prices, when we see what is good for us, is when we make a choice is economics. So saving, investments, fiscal policies, monetary policies, all. And the UK is called the Bank of England. They manage everything. And India is called the Reserve Bank of India. In Australia is the Reserve Bank of India as well. In America is called the Federal Agency. So different countries have a different bank names, but main bank, main central bank is called the Reserve Bank of India in India. So Reserve Bank of India is supplying and managing the supply and demand of the. When the demand rises, they pump the money in. When the inflation grows, when the market is down, they supply the money, and when the market is too high, they pull out some money. So they manage. And the stock market is going to come later on, is a part of the economics as well. So keep learning. I'm going to finish very soon. Smile while studying, and complex leads ideas will feel as simple as chocolate in your hand. So economics is not difficult. The later part, when the mathematics and economics combine, because I never bothered to talk to my teacher and professors. I've been to college, one of the best college of Gujarat, but never bothered to engage with the professors, because more you engage with the teacher and professors, you learn a lot. And don't be afraid to ask questions. More ask question. Even the main question is coming in your brain, there's you are learning something. If the question is not coming in your brain, that means you need to ask questions more. You need to have a habit of asking questions. I'm going to finish here today. We'll talk tomorrow, and hopefully we'll continue. If you do not like, let me know. If you have a question, there is a WhatsApp number +44 7972 417514, and the email for the questions londondialogue@gmail.com. So hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you don't, just let me know. We'll make it a little bit better. But economics is learning daily from the market, in a school, wherever you go, from the work, you can learn economics. Simple. It's just you need to observe it. And we will continue from tomorrow. And goodbye, and hope your family and everybody is okay. Jai Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you.